Hey guys, another month, another set of VR games coming out. And as we're getting away from the beginning of the year, we're starting to get a larger list of good games. Today we'll be talking about upcoming Quest Plus games, new game releases, and there's actually a big list of games that are getting ported on other platforms this time around. So let's get this started. First, let's go with the Quest Plus titles for the month of May. Pavlov Shack is coming in hot as a monthly game. This is one of the best online multiplayer PvP shooter out there. There's so many options of game type that you can play, and this is all thanks to mods. Not only that, but it's also very seamless. You just click on joining a match, and it goes straight into downloading the mods that are needed. I personally enjoyed World War II type of matches the most. Kill It With Fire is the second monthly game that you can redeem. The main objective of the game is basically to kill any spiders that you find, but you also have other objectives throughout the maps which will require you to use your imagination to figure some of them out. The game includes 9 maps and 24 weapons for you to play around with. You'll enjoy the silliness of this one, or this might be a horror game for you depending on your arachnophobia. Medieval Dynasty New Settlement will be one added to the catalog for the month of May, and this is one that I highly recommend. I'm not even a survival fan, but the campaign is so fun. You end up being lost in this wonderful medieval world, and there's just so much stuff to do. The developers keep adding new content, and it now has co-op if you'd like to play with friends. Another great addition to the catalog. Deisim is a game where you're a god and you have to build your own world while helping humans to evolve from the Stone Age to modern age. But you have to be careful and get rid of the heretics who's trying to sabotage you. This is another game that had quite the long-term support with fans enjoying it throughout. It is definitely in my backlog since I've been very curious about it and I've been enjoying Underworld Overseer coming from the same developers. Now let's do something different today. Since we have kind of a larger list of games to go through, I'll just quickly mention the port of games that are coming in May. If you'd like to learn more about them, there's already plenty of coverage online, so make sure to check it out. Let's go! We've recently seen Deep Cuts releasing on MetaQuest this last March. If you're looking for a story-focused game with bone lab type of mechanics, this is the one. House of Da Vinci is a puzzle game similar to The Room, which I highly recommend. It is a solid experience. I've covered Vendetta Forever in my Super Hot Like video. Make sure to check it out. We're now getting a PC VR version, another one that I recommend. Requisition has been out for PC VR for a few years now. It's a zombie VR game, and you know, we totally don't have enough of those already. Interestingly enough, the quest page's description is quite different than the PC VR version. It is advertised as a PvPvE extraction game, while the PC version has many modes, including a story mode, which I would personally be more interested in. I think that this has enough to be interesting though, so keep a lookout. Pirate VR Jolly Roger is a nice pirate puzzle adventure type of game, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the PSVR 2 players will think of this one. Hard Bullet has been in early access for quite some time on PC. If you're looking for a sandbox game with great gun physics mechanic and a nice progression system, this might be the one for you. Now, Epyka doesn't have a release date yet, but a port on PSVR 2 was just announced. I've enjoyed this one and looking forward to trying it with the upgraded graphics. Make sure to check out my review if you're curious about it. Alright guys, let's jump into the new releases of May. Now, I'm a sucker for third-person platforming in VR like Max Mustard. Barely Escape seems like this type of game, but I'm keeping my expectations to the ground on this one since the trailer is not completely selling me. This early access game seems to have some interesting light puzzle and levels, so I'll keep an eye out and see what others have to say about it. Looking at Loop 1 Done, it reminds me a lot of The Last Clockwinder in a way. It looks like a fun mixed reality game with some pretty deep puzzle mechanics. From what I'm gathering, you have to record the movement of the drones with your controller, and make them work on a repeated loop to complete their task. Now I'm curious if this is more of a sandbox game or if it has situations that you have to complete. Well, I don't need to wait long to figure it out.
I'd almost forgotten how it felt.
The Midnight Walk is personally my most anticipated game of May. It's been hyped for a while now by PlayStation, and it looks fun. This is coming from the same mind who's created Lost in Random, a very cool indie adventure that's right up my alley. I'm super curious to see how the stop motion animation will look like in the headset. It's a super cool concept.
One fight.
Final Fury is another one that we've been hearing for a bit now. This is perfect for people who enjoys arcade-style fighting games like Tekken and Street Fighter. I've been playing a lot of Thrill of the Fight 2 lately, and I'm wondering if this one will be as much of a workout. Either or, I really have the hitch to try it and see if I'm any good against other players. I've seen people play Racket Pinball before, and this is quite the cool concept. Your controllers are basically the flippers and you are inside the pinball machine. It's very easy to explain, but I love it. They've been adding new pinball tables during the early access, and I hope that they continue to support long term.
A lot to take in and wrap your head around. It'll be good when Warren gets there to help you solve.
It's been a while since the VR version of Slender the Arrival has been announced, and we're finally getting it. This classic horror game from 2013 will fit very well in VR, and I'm sure that there's going to be some nice mechanics implemented. I don't know if I have the courage to play this one, but like I said in other videos, if I get 100 likes, I'll do a live stream for you guys. Let's see if this will happen.
How horrible. What kind of monsters could have done this?
The trailer of Echoes of the Sun sold me. I love the story concept and the art direction of this puzzle adventure. This game will be playable on flat screen and VR. It was playable during the last Steam Next Fest, but the VR version didn't work for some reason, and this was confirmed by a few people who tried it. I really hope that they fixed it in the final version. I've reported this issue to the dev, but I didn't receive any replies, so fingers crossed that this is a solid VR version. Tunnels seems like a game straight up inspired by the classic movie The Descent. It looks like an intense adventure where you have to make your way through caves, while encountering some pretty disturbing creatures in there. There's another game coming soon called Cave Crave, and I wonder how they will compare to each other, but I'm sold on both games.
It sure isn't human.
So these developers has created a game called Very Bad Dreams. I believe that it's an horror game that puts you in different horror stories. I've been very curious and wanted to try it as soon as I saw the trailer of Get Out, a Very Bad Dream story. Assuming with the title, this seems to be focused on a single story in a Very Bad Dreams world, which I find cool that they're expanding like that, so I'll keep an eye out.
You can be our eyes, and I'll get us out.
Now here's a game that I'm excited about. The VR version of Out of Sight was announced during the VR Games Showcase in March. The trailer is giving me a Little Nightmares vibe, but instead of being 2.5D, it's straight up full 3D. You control a teddy bear and you act as the eyes of a blind little girl. Really cool concept and aesthetics. This looks like a thrilling adventure and I can't wait to get my hands on it. Quantum Threshold is a very unique concept. This is a roguelike where you have to shoot your way through the levels, but the interesting thing about it is that you're on a wheelchair throughout your run. I'm very curious to see how the wheelchair mechanics work. I bet that the game would work really well with the Roto VR chair accessory and maybe some gun stocks. It's something that I feel that you'll have to try to understand how it works.
Oh God, what has happened to this place?
Zombie Army is a very popular franchise on flat screen, so it's kind of exciting that we're getting a VR version, but it kind of have a strange history. The game was presented during the Home of XR last year at Gamescom, and kind of had a mixed reception over there. We've seen multiple delays, and the development team has switched from XR Games to Extended Realities, which I believe is a subname for Just Add Water, the developers of Dig VR. So the title is exciting, but I'm not sure what will come out of it. Well, we don't have much time to wait anymore. I hope that it's a solid one.
He knew what he was doing. Why would he risk so much?
We don't have time to rest on our laurels.
Now, this is an exciting one for the PC driving enthusiasts. F125 is coming out in the month of May, and looks like they're keeping the hybrid VR support. You'll be able to play this one on either flat screen or in VR. It's a great simulation game if you really want to get in the shoes of a Formula 1 driver. You'll be able to experience an enhanced story mode, new graphics, and new customization in this year's version.
What is it?
I don't know if I'd call Pools a game, but it is a new experience coming out at the end of May. You can buy the game now on flat screen, and you'll get the free VR update as soon as it's out. pool is kind of a walking simulator where you'll visit multiple crafted pools, like visiting a museum. The environment can feel very eerie, but the game is not considered scary. There's no monster jumping at you or anything like that. You just walk in there and visit pools. Besiege is a flat-screen game that is now getting a port in VR, and it's being developed by 3R Games, which are a nice team who's great at porting games in my opinion. Besiege is a physics-building game where you craft mechanical vehicles so you can destroy buildings or soldiers who's attacking you. The game includes a nice campaign and skirmishes, enough to last a while. Man, I don't know about you guys, but there's enough this month to keep you busy for a while. I hope that you found a game today that interests you and that you'll be playing soon. Thanks for watching, and thank you so much for the support, guys. The traffic from last month's upcoming games really helped in making a decision if I should continue making these videos. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments if there's a game this month that you'll be interested in trying. Bye!